Well, welcome to the channel. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please thanks for subscribing and hitting that like button. Really do appreciate it. I was gonna wait till this guy over here is mowing his grass, and then this guy over here is mowing his grass. And it's like, well, I should wait till maybe I'll stop and wait for those guys, but then, like, this guy somewhere up the street is going to start mowing his grass, and, somebody else is going to mow their grass back here, so we'll just, I don't know, we'll make a video. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for subscribing and liking, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, it does help. So what we got going on? I don't know, a lot of stuff. I guess today I got I've got a trigger coming on this Mariner engine. It's basically it's a Mercury engine. It's I don't know, it's a 60 horsepower. What does it say? Yeah, I think. Yeah, see, I don't even know what's going on, but this is the trigger, and I'm gonna have to get this little piece out. This is how it connects to the throttle, is with this piece and this piece. So just take a screwdriver and get that out of here. I thought I had a screwdriver out here. Yeah, the channel really has grown. It's grown a lot. I was kind of just start doing this just to sort of help people, and also remind myself of how to do it. We're just going to take this insert and put it in here, but yeah, so anyway, I started the channel and it's really grown, and it's funny because you get you get some crazy comments, and it never bothered me because I was always kind of like trying to learn from it. So I got this comment the other day and I was like, what in the world is this guy? Now, he might be right, but I mean, he might be right. He said he was a 45-year mechanic, and he just the very first comment was just, I mean, trash me as much as he could, and basically sabotaging the channel. He's just come in, don't take any advice from this guy, that's what he said. And, and then he just went on to bash me. And I was like, I'd have to read you this thread, it's pretty weird. But, I responded to him, and he said something about, you need to take it to somebody that's certified, that's got the service bulletins, and he was all about, you can't time it that way, you'll blow up #1 piston. And what he was talking about was that when I timed it, and it says right on, this one even says it says max spark 29 degrees before top dead center at cranking speed at 300 RPMs, which is 23 degrees before top dead center at 5,500 RPMs. Alright. So what he said was that, I was timing an old 850 motor, and that 850 motor, what the video was really about was that it was the timing change. Or I felt like the timing had changed, and that engine didn't even have any timing marks. I mean, I had to make my own timing marks. So, okay, so there's that. And then, I got that engine all running and timed out, but we can read it. And I'll get the camera over here so we can read it together. Let's just do that. Hopefully I can hold it. That's just so you can see it. This is a Mariner. I may have to look this up sometimes. But if we read that, okay, it says max spark 29 degrees before top dead center at cranking. speed of 300 RPMs, which is 23 degrees before top dead center at 5,500 RPMs, with engine not running. Set up secondary throttle pickup at max spark. Okay, so it shows the pickups, you know, when and where. But there's your timing. I mean, there's your timing. Now, it doesn't say what the initial timing should be, but it's probably 5 to 7 degrees. You know, I was trying to remember, but that's our max spark, right? So it's probably 5 to 7 degrees. I have to look it up. Okay, so what this guy was saying was that if I set it, say I had that engine, I think we set it up for 27 degrees. Okay? And that 27 degrees, we set it up, that maximum spark advance at 27 degrees, cranking it, so is that cranking speed. It wasn't at like a wide open throttle on a lake, because that's too dangerous. So 27 degrees, which according to Joe Reeves, right, and I responded and pointed this out to him. It was a pretty good thread, and he, at the end, he told me to F off, and so I just blocked him, and I blocked the comments because he was just out to sabotage the channel. He didn't care about, because I was like, let's have a discussion about it. So basically what Joe Reeves is saying is, if you do it that method where you take the spark plugs out, you're cranking the engine, and on the front cowling it says 29 degrees, or 27 or whatever, 29 in this case, and you crank the engine and you set it at 29. What he's saying is, and this was Joe Reeves, and even the Mercury guys said, they admitted to it. They're like, yeah, he's right. With modern fuels, because the fuel we're running today is not as good as the fuel we used to run. And the fact that the engine was designed so that at say 5,500 RPMs, now the spark advance is 23 degrees. So, you know, all you have to do is set that at that 29 degree, and then, you know, 23 is going to be your number when it's running wide open throttle. So, you know, in this case, we might make sure that we set it at, say, 27. But because of the RPM, you know, ratcheting up, right, that resonance RPM going up, then it dropped from 29 to 23. So, what is that, 5? I can't count. 29, 23, 6 degrees. It's really 5. So 5 degrees. So you might set this engine, say you're worried about it, set it at 28 degrees. Set it at 27 degrees. Then you know when the customer takes it or somebody takes it, then they're not going to blow it up. So my discussion led, and I was like, well, what, you know, it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, you're at 29 degrees and you have full detonation. You don't have pre-ignition. So pre-ignition, you don't have pre-ignition, you have full detonation. So then when it gets to that, say 5,500 and should be at 23 degrees, you still have full detonation. If it was 27 degrees, say it was beyond the engine's capabilities, the engine's, you know, the 29, see, I'd have to set this engine even higher than 29. It doesn't make sense, but say you went higher, it is going to blow the engine because there's going to become a lean condition in the cylinders, which is going to burn hotter because there's more air mixture, and it's then going to burn a hole, say, in the piston, or it's going to pop the rings. If it's under, say it's below the 23 degrees, then we're going to have a rich condition. if you think about it, so say it was like 16, 17 degrees, all that fuel mixture is coming in, but only part of it gets burned and the rest gets dumped out. So it won't damage the engine. Not run pretty bad, but it won't damage the engine. Anyway, I would have been nice to the guy, would have loved to have the conversation. He says he's a 45-year, you know, Mercury certified technician. Okay. You know, I'm surprised. Then he needs to maybe go back and, or at least just be nice. Just say, hey, you're wrong. Here's why you're wrong. And give me some, and then I'll never do it again. Like, I'll tell everybody the right information. Because I don't want to tell you the wrong information. So, I felt like he was trying to sabotage the whole channel. You know, at the end he told me to F off. And anyway, be nice, people. You know, I'm not right about everything. I'm wrong on a lot of stuff. I don't even claim to be right about everything. So we gotta fish this dude in here. And then the next thing I gotta do is, see, I got rid of a bunch of boats. Next thing I gotta do is, I fixed the seals and stuff on this boat here a while back. You might remember it. I don't know if I did a video on it or not. It's a little Tracker 25. Doesn't have any, you know, tilt trim or anything like that. He said he changed the oil and he thought he saw a little silver flakes. I mean, he hit something a while back. We did a bunch of work on this. Not a bunch, but we did some work on this. He took it out. It was running good like all summer. And he brought it back to me, and of course I can see where this is wet. It looks to me like either maybe all the oil leaked out of here, because when I put it in forward or reverse, this gear is not engaging. So I told him I'd take it down, have a good look at it, and see what we can come up with. And I don't know, you know, I gave him some options about, because he doesn't have tilt and trim, and it's a nice little trucker boat. Probably should go for maybe like a 40 horsepower with a trim unit. And, you know, I don't know if he wants to do that or not. But I am going to drain the oil out of this. So I brought out my long screwdriver. People will see me do this. I just clamp this on there, and then I can crack it and take that dude out of there. But, you know, that guy really, you know, rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, if this guy's right, I wouldn't look to that. And I'm still researching it a little bit. Yes, there's nothing. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because it just didn't make sense to me. But then, like, I didn't even try to reason with him. I was just saying, you're wrong. You know? And then that made him even madder. Because, see, he was wrong. And then, you know, his comment was it wasn't nice, you know. It'd been the other thing if he would have said, hey man, I think you're doing this wrong, and I'm a 45-year tech and I'm certified and all this stuff, and then he would have said, you know. So one thing I want to tell you guys, yeah, so this is just loose. Man, that's the loose of the like, I didn't even do anything with this. One thing I was going to tell you guys, like, I was like, he was talking about service bulletins. A guy has to have service bulletins, and he's got to know what he's blah, 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 and this and that. And I'm like, I responded to him, and I said, man, a service bulletin isn't going to do shit for a 50-year-old motor. I'm sorry if you guys don't like that I cuss, but, man, That's ridiculous. That's pretty blue, so you can tell it's new oil. I'm not seeing a bunch of water in it, but we can see the silver. See that silver? This lower unit is got damage. It's got some damage in it. Definitely glad that we're filming this, but you can see it. It's like little streaks, and you can see the little specks on top. When you see that, just, you know, give it up, because you're gonna have to rebuild that, dude. I mean, I don't even have to take it off. I honestly need to just call him and say, yeah, this is what it is, and here's what our options to get. You know, we can look and see what the gears are going to be like, how much the gears will be, or is it going to be better just to get a reman or another engine, like a bigger engine, because that's just a 25 horsepower, and it doesn't have tilt and trim. So for this guy, like, he could park up to a spot that he likes, and then he can trim the motor up, and he could float all up in the shallows all he wanted and not worry about damaging his prop or his motor or anything like that. So I think that's what I'm going to recommend to him. I'm just going to, you know, I have to charge him for a basic diagnosis, but, you know, at least he knows, hey man, I'm going to have to get a new lower unit. This one's shot. I don't know what caused the issue. Was it, you know, damage from the first time he hit a rock on Percy Priest? Or is it something? It's not something I did. I just changed seals. But I don't know. You know, shift. I don't know. It's I really don't know. And we could try to open it up and look, but it's kind of a bad deal. I'll see if I can find him something that's reasonable, and, you know, just find him another motor unit. Anyway, hey, this is getting kind of long. So sorry about that, and I guess this video will do it for maybe this week, and, you know, try to get some other stuff done. But again, everybody that has joined my channel, man, you know, thank you so much for doing that and being a part of it and liking the videos and that stuff. I really do appreciate it. And I would have loved to have this guy commenting on the channel and being part of the group, but I had to just block him, you know. So I'm not into blocking people. It just seems dumb. But so that about does it. So we'll see you guys later.